Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Imelda and we're going to help you to get a little bit of exercise today. So again, you can modify the movements based around any issues that you have yourself with your health, with any joints or anything like that. But if you're feeling well and you're free of injury, I hope you can join me today. Let's start moving the body a small little bit. Let's start with a little bit of a jog while I explain to you what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing 5 different exercises. One will be down on the floor, but the rest will be done in standing position. And we'll always be thinking about our posture. We'll always be thinking about core engagement as well as a Pilates teacher, just to kind of think about those sort of little things. We'll be using light weights. Let's take arms forward and back. We'll be using light weights just to challenge arms a little bit, but they're not essential. If you don't have weights, that's absolutely fine. You're still going to be able to do all the exercises we have here today. And you can have a couple of tins of something. Full now, not empty, no cheating. Let's take your feet wide. Sit back and down, back up and squeeze your glutes. We want to move all of the joints in warm-up to not only loosen out the joints, but also to use all the muscles, ligaments and tendons in between. Again, you're thinking of posture. Core is in, shoulders are wide, and you're not collapsing forward as you do your little bit of a sit back. Keep those shoulders wide and chest open. Last 3, 2, 1. Let's get a little bit of a twist because we have a twisting movement in the exercises today. Let's twist to the side, back in. Turn. So rotate the upper body and take a leg out to the side as you do. So one of the movements, as I was saying, is going to involve you twisting your center, twisting your spine a little bit. So that's why I'm including this little bit of it in warm-up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and now feet coming back together. Step behind and take your arms forward. Step back. Again, wherever you take your knee is entirely up to you. You can do a little bit of a bend back, just a little bit, and a little bit, or you can take your knee down low if you can. If your hips are a little bit tight, it is going to stop you kind of taking that knee low to the ground. Last 3, 2, 1, and let's get moving. Okay, so we're going to use weights for the exercises, but as I say, you don't have to use them. They're not an essential. Okay, so first exercise is I'm going to turn to the side so you'll see what I'm doing. So what we'll do is take our arms forward, but take one leg back. Standing nice and tall now, draw your core in. Let's take 2 arms forward and 1 leg back. So you'll notice that this can be a little bit of a challenge in your shoulders. So if you want to just use one weight and hold either end of the weight, that's absolutely fine. Last few seconds. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Well done. Next one. I'll turn to the side again so you'll see what I'm doing. Elbows are bent. We want to sit back and down. Then you're going to come up onto your toes and take your arms back. Lengthen back. Sit again. Stretch back. So arms, you're working your arms and your shoulder joint, working those lovely bingo wings at the back. Last few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Next exercise. Standing nice and tall, turn your hands forward. As you take your right leg back, bend your elbows. Back to standing. So again, wherever you go with that leg is entirely up to you. Breathe. Check that posture. Lengthen your spine. Shoulders wide. Last 10 seconds. And then we'll go to using one weight for the next exercise. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Place one weight down. You're holding the weight either side. Step forward, turn across the knee, turn back, step back in, step, turn back, and turn back in. Wherever you go to again with your step is entirely up to you. And back, step. See the kind of step forward as planting your foot, gripping, 10 seconds. Then we're down onto the floor for the next exercise, and back. 3, 2, and relax. Place the weight down. Bring yourself down onto the floor, fully lengthened, and prop yourself up on your elbows. So we're going to do plank on your elbows, and I'm going to give you variations here. So initially your elbows are under your shoulders. Press your elbows into the floor, lift your hips up onto your knees. So let's hold that position there, but if you feel like challenging and you're able to challenge another little bit, pressing your elbows in, lifting your knees off the floor. 10 seconds to go, breathe. You're looking at your hands rather than back towards your feet. Last few seconds, 2, 1, and relax. Coming back up from there, let's do a couple of stretches. Let's stretch your back after doing that little bit of a workout there. Hands around your shoulders. You're stretching your upper back here with this movement. If you want to stretch your lower back, and if you haven't got any bone or spine health issues, then rounding forward, stretch your spine, slight bend on your knees, and get that nice lengthening from your lower back to the center of your back, right up to the top, and back up to standing. Let's do another little bit of a stretch. Sit your right foot behind your left knee, take your right hand up, ease over and sit your hip out. So stretch that outer part of your hip. Now the more of a bend you place on your knees, the more you're going to notice that stretch, the more you're going to be able to push that hip out a bit. If you find your balance is challenged here, then place your hand onto something, the wall, the chair, Now coming back, let's switch legs. Switch feet, switch hands, reaching up, easing over, stretch that hip again. Lovely stretch for the outside of your hip, but you'll feel it down your side and down the side of your leg as well. Come on, back up, one more stretch in standing position, and then we'll do those exercises again. Making a fist of both of your hands, placing them here, take your shoulders back and your elbows back. Again, you're standing nice and tall, really feel you're getting that lengthening all across your chest, into your shoulders, and relax. Okay, we're going into that again. So weights, if you have weights, if you don't have weights, it's absolutely fine. So we're starting with our what we call stride and forward raise. So you'll be taking a leg back and both your arms forward. Okay, I'm again turning to the side slightly so you see what I'm doing. Let's take right leg back and 2 arms forward and back. Again, you can go with one weight here if you find the 2 weights are a little bit challenging, because this is a single joint movement. By that I mean you're only moving your shoulders. You're not moving your elbow joint, it's staying the same. Breathe. Last few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Okay, next one again, I'll turn to the side so you get the position of the body. So your elbow is going to be bent. You're going to sit back and down. Then you're going to come back onto your toes, take your legs, arms behind. Sit back, up. So you're coming right up onto those toes, pushing your arm back, lengthen, working backwards, taking your arms behind, working triceps or the lovely bingo wings. Last few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Well done. Next one we're going to do is turning your hands forward. Again, you're standing nice and tall. We're going to do a reverse lunge and we're going to do a bicep curl at the same time. Okay, think of posture, draw your core in, step behind with your right foot and bend your elbows. Swap to the other side and back. Breathe. Now watch you're not collapsing. That, the front part of your body I should say. So your shoulders, watch that they're not collapsing over your knee. 10 seconds, come on, stay with it. 2 more exercises after this. Come on, you can do it. Breathe, keep those elbows pointed down. Last one, relax, well done. Place one weight down. If you have weights in your hand, hold either side of one. You're stepping forward with your right foot. Turn over that knee, step back. Other side. Twisting and coming back. Step again. Twist, twist and come back. So complete the twist before you step back. Last few seconds. 10 to go. So this is a great one for working so many areas of the body because we're doing our twisting in the center, we're working our core. 3, 2, 1. Last exercise. Let's come down onto the floor. Prop yourself up on your elbows. Legs are long behind. Lifting yourself off of your hips. But if you can lift yourself off of your knees, and what you could do is, even if you come up for a couple of seconds off of your knees, and then put your knees back down again. So you will gradually improve your strength. So this is great for upper body exercise. Last few seconds, come and breathe. You're looking at your hands for good spinal alignment. 2, 1, and relax back down. Well done. Let's get a little bit of a back stretch again after that one. Stretch your hands behind your back. Round your spine. Now don't do this if you have any bone or spine health issues. If you haven't, you're okay to go forward. We want to stretch your back and then come on back up. Now let's get a couple of other stretches. 2 hands in front, grasping your wrist. Take your arm across the body. Arm is straight. You're stretching the outer part of your arm into your shoulder and upper back. Again, you're thinking of posture. Stand yourself nice and tall. Breathe. Well done on that workout now. Swap sides. Hand in front. Take it across. Elbow stays straight. So rather than kind of taking it to the shoulder like that, keep your arm straight. It doesn't matter how far you take it. It's about getting that stretch around your shoulder, in your arm and in your upper back. Now let's stretch the front side of your arm. So palm face forward. Gently grasp your fingers and draw your arm back. And just feel that lengthening down that part of your arm. Gently stretch. And swapping to the other side, palm face forward, you're drawing back. Again to get that lengthening. And again adjust if you have any issues with your wrist joints or your elbow joint. And relax. Let's stretch the legs a little bit. So one foot in front of the other, keeping the knees straight as you can, ease over it. So just feel that lengthening behind. So with the knees straight, you're really focusing on that stretch in the back of your legs. Ease over. Holding for a couple of seconds to lengthen everything. And then slowly come back up. Switch sides. Other foot is in front. Knee straight, just lean forward. And again, when you're doing your stretches, take your time. Go slowly over and in this case into the stretch. Any stretch at all, ease into it and ease back out of it. Come on back up. Let's stretch hip joints. One foot well in front of the other. Turn the back foot out. Ease forward with your knee and turn towards your knee. And get that lengthening along the back of your hip there, or rather the front of your hip there particularly. Now you're keeping your shoulders back, very conscious of now rounding forward over that leg to get an even better stretch on that hip joint. But obviously modify if there's any issue with any of your joints. Let's swap to the other side. You're taking the other foot in front. The other foot is turned out at the back. Ease forward and turn forward. Get that pull again on your back hip. Shoulders are back and you're turned forward. And then come on back in. Thanks everybody for joining me today and well done in your workout session. I look forward to seeing you sometime again soon. In the meantime, take care and keep moving.